Hello, good evening, everyone. It's still lockdown here in Manila, Philippines. But so to stay productive, I'm going to make a vlog about how to write your literature review. I made an earlier vlog about how to make a literature review for students studying in the Philippines. But this for those who are writing literature reviews for those who study in all different countries in the world. So this is for everyone else. This is basically the literature review that usually read right now in um, in most submitted research work. So um, when my students realize that they have to do a literature review, they're usually they feel bogged down by what to do because the reality is there's a lot of reading to do, there's a lot of research to do, and with so much information, many students get overloaded and overwhelmed. I think is a better word. So I'm going to share to you how not to feel overwhelmed, how to go through your lit review, and how to make it a more systematic process of writing. So I think number one is to get to know your topic very well. So when you formulate a topic for your teacher, make sure that you understand each of the words there. Um, in my experience, when I coach my students on their lit reviews, as they discover more about their topics, they tend to tweak their titles, which is okay. So they tweak the titles because they discovered something more interesting to study, or they found out a better way to move the research forward. So they either lessen their variables or they change the respondents. So what I'm saying is that as you do your lit review, there is a possibility that your title will be tweaked, and that is fine. Because your goal is to finish your research work. And to do that, you have to make sure that all your variables, everything that you're studying is measurable or can be finished in the time given by the university. So number one, you have to get to know your title really well because the keywords that you put into the search engines is will help you a lot. If you tap the right keywords, you will get the information that you want. Um, okay, number two, when you read, so you'll get a lot of information actually. So most of them would be journal articles, and as you read them, most of them are very long, and you don't have to read all of them very closely at first. What you do, because let's say you have 20 journal articles or 30, you read the abstract first. You read it carefully. If it suits your study, put it in one folder. If it doesn't, discard it. No? So just choose those journal articles which fit your study. Then the next step is to rank them according to relevance to your study. So these are the most relevant ones. Those are the ones you have to read thoroughly. So that will take around 10 to 30 journal studies. So that really depends on your supervisor. Some demand only 10, some demand 20, some demand 30, some demand 50. So it's really up to you, up to your supervisor. So you really have to read all the abstracts first before you read the whole paper. Again, if the abstract is not relevant to your work, discard them. If it is, you keep them. So number three, you have to um, read read the abstracts carefully. The next step is to when you have chosen, let's say, 30 of the best articles, I mean journal studies or journal articles. Um, since some of them are really long, I usually concentrate on the statement of the problem, the methodology, and the conclusion. Those three first, because those are the meat of the study. If you know the problem, you know the methodology they used, and you know the conclusions, recommendations, summary, that can help you summarize the whole study. So what I do, I summarize every article. So if it's 30 articles, you summarize 30. Um, and then when you have this long summary of different articles, you try to merge those who have similar ideas. Actually, now that I tell my students to merge those which are similar, so that when you reference them, they one idea can have one reference. I mean, several references of the same idea. That is usually done by many researchers. So you can do that also, because as you read your journal articles, you'll find out that many of them actually intersect in certain ideas. So when you reference them, make sure you put those researchers who found out the same things. Okay, it's a very tedious process, so you really have to start early, because if you don't, you may not be able to finish your lit review, and it's like almost 30% of your whole paper. So you really have to find time to do it. Also, by doing a good lit review, it will give you more appreciation of your topic. You'll find out why you're really studying this particular thing, why you have to study this thing, because the idea is nobody has done it yet. So, or if they have done it, maybe they have done it only to a certain group of respondents. So in your case, you're trying to expand it to other respondents. Maybe if they did it on boys, maybe now you're doing it on girls. So it's really case-to-case basis, depends on the student who is doing the research. So that is the important part of the lit review. Number 5, I think you have to reference and put them in the bibliography immediately. What I'm talking about is the literature and the journal articles you've researched. When you are writing, make sure that you put them in the bibliography page immediately. Do not wait that you've written many paragraphs already before you realize, oh my god, whose idea was this? Whose idea was this? So when you're trying to piece them together, make sure you put them in the bibliography and then reference them properly, so that you won't get lost. Because normally you'd have like 20 windows open in your laptop, and then you tend to forget, where did I get this information? Who said this? So it's important that you have to be alert and aware that you are using this person's text, no? Because otherwise you might be accused of plagiarism. So I guess those are the most important things when you do your lit review. If you have any questions, you can message me directly there, or email me at tonyfabe@gmail.com. That's TONYFABE@gmail.com. Or you can WhatsApp me. My number is 6+63927 1207166. So I hope to hear from you guys. If you need any help or advice, just message me. Have a good day and stay safe. If you're in lockdown, stay safe. Thank you.